Good evening, everybody. This is Lynn, ready to start streaming Final Fantasy XVI. Just give me a moment while I spread the word about the stream. Now, what happened to my chat room? When OBS crashed, I exited out of the chat room, but it didn't bring it back up again. Because of course, you know, why would it? Why would it bring it back up again?
Joshua!
I hope you didn't hear that. I'm just trying to find my chat again. There we go. Oh, come on. Where's my chat? Dang it. I assume it says chat rate 1, so I assume, Zomber, that you're there. Sorry, I'm just kind of clicking around. Of course this doesn't go quite to plan. View, scene list, grid. Come on, where's the chat? There's the chat. Ah, finally. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, now I can see the chat. Let's get started. There's the controller. Come on, load up. Okay, so if you recall last time, we talked with Jill, and Jill said, oh, you know, we need to return to Rosaria and to the Phoenix Gate. So here we are, and I find this very interesting. First of all, you know, usually the way it goes with Final Fantasies is that you add party members over time, and that's not to say that maybe Jill won't join our party permanently at some point, but the interesting thing is that Sid is not here. It's just Clive and Jill, and while Final Fantasy is not above splitting up party members, it's usually kind of rare, or at least I think it's rare because of, you know, in Final Fantasy X, they did not split your party up a whole lot. It was pretty much the group of you traveling together. And I think that was the case also with Final Fantasy XII. Anyway, I guess we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I did have a thought. So in the previous episode, we saw the cloaked figure threw his hood back, and we saw a blonde young man. And frankly, to me, he looked a lot like Joshua. However, it's unclear yet if that is Joshua. I'm gonna wait for actual, like, name confirmation before I agree, like, yeah, that is totally Joshua. But the reason why I had a thought about it is that if you think back to that prologue when Phoenix Gate happened and Clive, as Ifrit, killed the Phoenix, I mean, it was pretty bloody. It was pretty brutal. It all faded to black, and then the queen, who was the mother of the two boys, showed up, proving herself to be a traitor, and she lamented that she lost her son, Joshua. Excuse me. But here's the thing. We never saw Joshua's body. I put it down to the fact that Square Enix did not want to show a child's brutalized body. Like, that's a great way to make... This is already a mature game, but that's a great way to send your rating into, like, adult-only territory. So it could easily be argued that they deliberately tried not to show that for ratings. But now, I mean, that is, like, my first inclination, but that doesn't mean it wasn't also partly a story inclination. You know, good cover for a story inclination. Like, oh, she said Joshua was gone, but we never saw his body. Did she already cart Joshua's body away and bury it? Or was his body just simply not there? Like, I don't think we know. Did anyone actually see the conclusion of the battle between the Ifrit and the Phoenix? Pretty sure everyone died. And, I mean, the queen came in the morning to kind of check things out. So there is a huge time gap where we don't know what exactly happened. Just that she threw Clive to the wolves and made him a slave. Anyway, that's just something that I was thinking about, and I think it's time to get going. Hi, Jill. We're facing this way, so this must be the right way. Also, you know, the story icon. I think it's pretty interesting. Oh, look. Animals we haven't killed yet. Ooh. Like gazelles or something with long tails? Well, I, for one... Aha. Oh. I mean, it's suggesting that that's an enemy, so we'll probably have to fight it. Whoa! That was weird. Isn't that the way with Final Fantasy? It's just like, oh hey, a new creature, let's kill it. Okay, these aren't targetable, or at least not as far as I can tell. So maybe we can't kill them, or maybe we should be disinclined to kill them. Oh, look, more items.
It's over. We're finished.
Nice work, Torgal. Hey, Zomber, how's it going? You'll want to see my thoughts for early in the video. I had the... Oh, we haven't talked to Torgal in a while.
Get it, boy.
Anyway, I had some more thoughts about the storyline involving the hooded figure and maybe Joshua's potential being alive.
That's enough.
They never finished building the bridge then.
After what happened at Phoenix Gate, it didn't seem the highest priority.
This bridge.
Oi! Stop and give me an hand.
What's up with you,
Here,
good sir?
you couldn't give me an hand, could you? Typical. A bloody bearer. Just when I thought my luck had changed. Still, better a crumb of crystal than an empty hand, I suppose. Though it pains me to use another man's branded. Here, you understand me, don't you? I need your help. These blasted birds must have caught a whiff of my cargo, and now they've got me surrounded. And it was funny, late as it was. I've got something special needs delivering before the rest, but I dare not leave my cart untended. You couldn't run it up to Martha's Rest for me, could you? Needs to get there quick, mind.
Fine.
That's the spirit. All right. Here. You hand that to the stable master and no one else. I'm owed a little something for it. If he gives it to you, pass it along to your master by way of thanks. And don't go taking any detours on the way.
If I remember correctly, we're going to Martha's End, so... Or Martha's Rest, whatever. What's going on over there? Those are definitely goblins. There we go. I was just like, how do... Whoops. Go. Trying to use my Garuda powers a bit more, just because, you know, I've mostly been using Phoenix up to this point. Or Ifrit. We don't even know the name of Clive's dominant yet. So, I could be entirely off base with the Ifrit name. I mean, it looks like Ifrit. Or, I should say, the design is close enough, I think, to be Ifrit. I wonder, should I be challenging more of these creatures? I'm going to, simply because there's an item over there, and shiny things make me go, ooh. Gill bug. Ha! Another item. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Tempt fate here. Bloody hides. Oh, man. Thank you, Zomber. Yeah, 6 years. When I started TDR, I knew it would be a long story. And after, you know, so many people picked it up and loved it, I decided I was in it for the long haul. And, whew, even I never anticipated that it would take, you know, 6 years to write.
Here we are. Martha's Rest.
But yeah, it was totally worth it. I mean, I know previously to me releasing the final chapter, I mentioned being a little bit nervous about how people were going to like the ending, and so far it's been nothing but, you know, good reviews. Everyone's been thrilled, and that is just so gratifying. Ugh. I appreciate that people have been such wonderful readers this whole time. And yes, I always want. Okay, that is handy as heck. Oh, got it. You can yank it. Oh man, that's so cool. Okay. I just see shinies and I go, ooh, but this is not the right way. And yeah, I really do want to do right by the fighting system and actually learn how it works. Okay. See, I love doing the
That's one of our branded. Do we take him in?
He's not one of ours. Look, he's with his master.
Oh, he's with his master.
Are you the stable master? I was asked to deliver this to you.
This is for me, right enough. Not sure what some bearer's doing bringing it to me, though.
He couldn't come himself. His cart's surrounded by wild chocobos.
Huh. Sounds about right. He'll have it full of Gizal greens, no doubt. Crammed with him, if I know him.
Gizal greens.
Chocobos go mad for them, don't they? And if you forget to seal the cart up tight, the smell gets out, and birds come running from miles around. Don't get me wrong. They're a fine investment for a savvy merchant, especially around these parts. But you can't get greedy, as our mutual friend is learning the hard way. Still, I got my wares, and that's all that matters. Be sure to pass your master my regards.
I can't imagine, considering that half of the fighting system is absorbing other dominant powers. So you can't tell me what other dominant powers I'm going to receive. That would be, that would definitely count as a spoiler. When properly treated with urine, lime, salt, and a lengthy soak in chocobo brains, this ichor-flecked skin will make for a fine piece of leather indeed. Gross?
Good girl. You get some rest now. You barely have to step out your front door.
I wonder if Martha is as friendly as Gav claims.
Let's go and find out, shall we?
Would Gav steer you wrong? So far he hasn't, so...
Stuff was for the Golden Stables again.
Chocobo brain sounds like a nightmare.
When he gets to Eastpool, leave him in the pile. Take him over when the bridge is back up.
And when's that gonna be?
I mean, chocobo brains implies, you know, killing chocobos, and given their, you know, do I want to say revered status? I mean, they're present in every single game, so in the, like, I would be surprised if the populace didn't revere the chocobos to the point where killing them was some great evil. Okay. I don't suppose there's a reason to actually, like... What is going on here? Is he freezing those fish? Looks like it. Oh, merchant.
What are you after?
What are you after? Well, it seems my Lady Karen is quite well stocked. The Founder's Footsteps Orchestrion Roll. $20,000 pieces, and I have 7,400. We can't even afford this one. We have
Very well.
all of our potions, so we're good to
You're aiming
go.
that at the fish there, son. Keep them nice and fresh.
Okay, he is chilling the fish.
Come and have a look. Don't be shy.
Are you also a merchant I can consult? No.
Fresh cuts, fresh
No, you're
cuts.
not.
Get your fresh cuts here.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and go into Martha's rest.
was good, honest work building that aqueduct.
Back when we had proper.
Well,
Excuse me. Would you happen to be the landlady?
Depends who's asking, and why they have an Imperial bearer with them.
For protection, which hopefully won't be needed. If you can advise me on the safest route to the west.
It's your friend here I'd be worried about. Bearers don't have an easy time of it in Rosaria. Even a Stratton lad like him might attract the wrong kind of attention. And if he gets nabbed, it ain't likely to end well for you either.
Then we'll just have to stay out of the malicious way. Gav said you might be able to help us.
Follow me. Sorry for before. Can't be too wary of strangers asking questions in our game. I'm Martha, an old friend of Sid's. He said he had high hopes for a bearer who joined recently. I expect that's you. So, where is it you're headed?
For Phoenix Gate. We have questions that need answering.
Is that so? Well, if you want to avoid the garrison, the road through Eastpool's your best bet. Or it would be, if the bridge hadn't collapsed. A right bloomin' nuisance it is. We've had no trade with the village for weeks. I did ask our carpenter to take a look at it. But he went out on another job, and he hasn't come back.
Do you think something might have happened to him?
Fingers crossed he's just taking his time. The alternative don't bear thinking about.
We'll find him. And make sure he's safe. We both need that bridge repaired. Your carpenter sounds like the man to do it.
I see why Sid's got such a soft spot for you. If you could, I'd be in your debt.
You said that he went out on a job?
Right. He went down into the marshes to check on another bridge. The one by the Fallen Gate.
The marshes were dangerous at the best of times. We should hurry.
There's a ladder to the side of the gate. That's the quickest way down, if you've a head for heights. His name is Bernard. Should you find him well, tell him Martha sent you. And that he's wanted at the bridge to Eastpool.
you know, they call it a quest, but in reality, it's basically the main story. So, anyway, I find the name...
To the marshes, then. Let's find that ladder.
I find the name Bernard kind of funny. Because in the movie Stardust, there was a young man named Bernard. And he got changed into a goat by a witch, and then she changed him again.
There he goes to Eastpool.
Here's the gate. And that must be the ladder. When's that gonna be?
Okay. He got changed into a girl. And at one point, the main character in Stardust was addressing Bernard, and he says, "What's your name?" And the girl says in a very masculine voice, "Bernard." I do not have the timbre,
what your orders are, Brandon.
but it was funny.
Get away from me!
What was that?
It came from under the bridge.
Oh, look.
Come
it's scorpions, or whatever they are. Yes. I can tell the voice acting is quite high quality.
There he is.
Hold on, we're coming!
Stand down!
That was a bit dramatic. Enemy slain. Valley Madder? An inconspicuous shrub commonly found growing near mother crystals. Its roots are harvested to create a deep red dye. But unlike most pigments, madder root extract does more than merely stain cloth. It imbues it with a faint elemental charge that can ethereally enhance both bearer and crystal-based magics.
Thank you, my lady. You saved my life.
Not at all. You're Bernard the carpenter, yes?
I am. I didn't realize my name was known so widely.
I'm a friend of Martha's. She asked us to come and find you.
Well, I'm very grateful for it. I just finished checking these piles when I turn around. I see a gang of slavering monsters looking to feast on my flesh. If you hadn't come when you did, I'd have been snipped into strips by now.
We're just glad you're safe.
Why, I best go and give my regards to the landlady then, eh?
Actually, she asked that if we found you, we should beg you make haste to repair the bridge to Eastpool.
Of course. I said I'd take a look at it, but it clean slipped my mind. I'll head up there straight away. The trusses are still sturdy. It's just a matter of replacing the stringers and relining the deck. I'll have it done in no time.
Thank you, Bernard. We were hoping to take the road to Eastpool ourselves. We're very grateful for your help. And sorry for asking this of you after what you've been through.
I owe you my life. Fixing a bridge is the least I can do. Thank you, my lady. And you too, son. You're with Sid, ain't ya? Me and him, we go way back. Not as far as Martha, mind, but far enough.
I see.
Well, I best get cracking then. You go and let Martha know I'm all right, and she'll have her bridge back soon enough.
We will.
I don't know, can I still say that we're early into the game? I know the game is pretty long, so it seems pretty early to me, so I appreciate that the fetch quests
The bridge will be fixed when it's fixed, alright?
But I was supposed to be in Eastpool yesterday.
I appreciate that the quests, for the moment, are nice and easy.
Do you like that? Oh, there's plenty more where that came from.
Also, it seems like everybody knows Sid. So I'm kind of wondering what his history is.
Ah, you're back. What happened? Did you find Bernard?
We did. He's fine, and he'll have the bridge to Eastpool repaired soon.
Well, thank the Founder for that.
It was lucky we found him when we did. The creatures out there are not to be trifled with.
It's the Blight's fault. They've nothing to eat in the north, so they come down here hunting for food. He can't keep going out alone. I'll have to arrange a guard for him. But anyway, thank you. I don't have a lot to offer in return, but you're welcome to rest here until the repairs are finished.
We'd be delighted.
Can I get you a drink or anything while you wait? Flagon of Imperial Gold, perhaps? Tastes like swill, but it'll slake a thirst.
No, thank you. I prefer the truth about why there are so few bearers around here.
Yes. There were more of them when we were young. Far more.
Is this the Empire's doing? Have they been sent away?
They have, aye. Either to the Legions or Oriflamme. Seems the miners at Drake's Head are having a hard time keeping up with demand of late. so the bearers make up the shortfall. Time was, they used to dole out crystals like sugar plums, even down here in the provinces, but not anymore. Nowadays, they'll jump at any excuse to confiscate our bearers so they can be put to work elsewhere. I always knew the Empire treated their branded like shit, but after seeing it with my own eyes, well...
Ah, Thea! Congratulations on the new arrival. And you got the little laddie with you?
It was a bearer. The boy I carried for 9 long moons. A bloody bearer.
Oh, you poor thing. You gave it to the constables then?
Just left it at the garrison, I. Let them deal with it. Couldn't wait to be rid of the blasted thing. Been wanting it gone since the moment I found out.
Well, it's all dealt with now. So no harm done, eh?
Mum, he weren't my brother, was he?
No. But you'll have one soon enough. You just have to be patient. All right?
All right.
Unbelievable, innit? Bearers may have been looked down on back in Archduke Elwin's day, but they were still human beings. Now they've fallen so far, a beggar wouldn't spit on them. Since you're not drinking, do me a favor and take that to the Abbey. There's a darkness at the heart of this world, and I'd have you see it.
Oh dear.
And we'll see it at an abbey?
Glademond Abbey, on the shore of Sorrowwise Bay. The abbot there is a friend. Tell him Martha sent you, and he'll show you what I mean.
Understood.
So, we're soon to find out what a bearer is, I presume.
It was good, honest work building the aqueduct.
Back when we had proper leaders and proper trades. Not just selling out blades and our bodies.
I have been curious for a while what a bearer is, and I find it, again, also very curious. Oh, right. That's the merchant boat, and I find it curious that the woman's just like, oh, I knew it was a bearer before it was even born. Like, it's a baby. What is the difference? I am going the right way, right? Pretty sure I am.
I don't care what your orders are, Brandon. You keep that sword in the sheath.
Also, it feels like Clive really should just have his tattoo removed. It is quite an interesting quote, isn't it? There's a darkness at the heart of this world. Okay, there we go. Oh. I can't swim, apparently. So is this a case where I can just travel through the map, or do I actually have to go there? Because it does seem like I can't at least use this particular way. does have a kind of a Lord of the Rings vibe to it. No, that's nowhere.
When he goes to Eastpool, leave him in the pile. We'll take him
Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go.
when the bridge is back.
So I think I was supposed to go this way.
Got war with Wanu on the eastern border.
Make sure you're aiming that.
Where'd you get these turnips? Fresh cuts, fresh cuts. Get your fresh cuts here.
Ah. This is a bit like Horizon Zero Dawn.
I knew that children were tested, that a bearer's fate was decided at birth.
And assumed it was best for all concerned. I know. But for a child to be blamed, to be hated by its parents through no fault of its own.
We knew nothing of what it meant to be born that way, did we?
No.
So, I noticed there's a blue chocobo. Sort of a bluish-green chocobo over there.
Wish I had a bow to call my own.
No, a bow. A chocobo. Not a bow and arrow. I noticed... Okay, these chocobos are yellow. The other ones over there, except the blue one, are kind of brownish, aren't they? Oh, come on.
You're finished!
Oh, we're gonna go and pass right by the new chocobo. I see a shiny. But there's shinies over here too. I don't want to kill it. This is not the way to go. Nope. That's the wrong button. Yeah. It does say blue bird. I wonder, does attacking it, like, allow us to capture it or something? I assume that's something that we'll eventually find out.
Very well.
Don't mind me, chocobos. I don't want to hurt you.
There's the Abbey. What darkness awaits us within, I wonder.
Let's go and see.
Level up! I am having a lot of fun with this combat system. It kind of feels like, almost like a fighting game. Just based on how, you know, varied. Meteorite. not the thing I wanted. Okay. Once again, off track.
Good day to you. I'm afraid the Abbey is not open for public prayer. May Grieger go with you?
Grieger.
We came to offer a donation. From Martha.
I see. Then please, follow me.
That's a bit of a peculiar interaction. Oh, I wonder, is he maybe harboring bears?
I don't want to die. Please, Father. Shut me for the pain. I beg you. The light, it fades. I don't want to die alone.
It's all right. I'm here.
Who are these people?
Martha's bearers. She entrusted them to my care, that I might ease their suffering. To the extent that I can. For the time they have left.
What's going on? Are they like...
The curse has taken them. All of them.
As it does every bearer forced to use their gift. With each draw on the ether, their bodies petrify, till all that remains is stone and pain, and so they are cast aside. There is nothing either Martha or I can do to change that, but we can at least strive to make their final hours a little more bearable. Have faith, my son, for you shall rise again, and find the happiness denied you in this life.
Thank you, Father.
I must offer you my own thanks for the medicine you so kindly brought. Now, their final moments may be moments of peace. When next you see Martha, pray tell her that 2 more have succumbed.
We should get back to Martha's Rest.
Yes. We should.
Can we discuss that a little more? For my sake? Like, what's going on?
Thank you for bringing us the physic. Would that we were not so reliant on Martha's kindness. But I fear we would have naught to soothe these bearers' woes without it. Save a prayer to a god that is not their own.
You know, I've encountered games where going around and snooping kind of brings a penalty. And so I've been kind of cautious about like snooping too much. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything here. Anyway, so, of course, in that particular piece of dialogue, the abbot mentioned being forced to use their gifts. So is the force thing, the whole quantifying matter, they're forced to use? This world so far is quite tantalizing with its lore, but it's being very... It's keeping its cards close to its chest. That's how I'll put it. I assume I will find out some of these secrets at a later time. Perhaps at a more dramatic time. I might as well go ahead and pick whatever this is up over here. 3 sharp bands. So does Martha own this town? It is called Martha's Rest. It's not just the end. Or does this game just denote the entire town as Martha's Rest simply because this is where Martha's Inn is? Undressing grains of geisel. Never down raw, lest bitter juices inspire violent retching and loose bowels. Lovely. Avoid the fry pan, lest foul stink taint the iron, rendering it none better than slag. And by no means put to stew, lest the vapors overexcite stapled bows. If suffer the fodder one must, first mix with 9 parts Drake's mint, 6 parts lemon peel, or 3 parts ginger root and soaked in honeyed wine for a quarter moon to lessen malodor. So it sounds like geisel greens are not very good for people, but chocobos of course love them. Martha brooks no sharps. The following tutory will be repaid with a swift boot to the arse. Mucking, stacking, packing, peeking, palming, foisting, fingering.
Ah, you're back. Thanks for taking care of that.
The abbot had a message for you. 2 more have succumbed.
I see. Come upstairs. So, now you know, eh?
I've seen plenty of bearers die on the battlefield. But never like that.
And all because they were born different. The powers that be can't take away their gift, so they strip them of their humanity instead. Oh, there's plenty who pity a bearer's plight. But so long as we're content to sit around, weeping for those on whose broken backs we're carried, we ain't gonna change nothing.
And so you lend Sid your strength?
What little of it I have. Used profits from this place to buy the poor buggers.
So when the abbot told us the bearers were yours...
Aye, they're my property, at least by law. Any still fit to work fetch a price beyond my means. All I can do is care for those who are past mending. But it's not all doom and gloom. Bernard's finished fixing that bridge for you. You can carry on to Eastpool now. You got questions that need answering, ain't you? Well, I wish you luck.
Thank you, Martha.
Oh, I almost forgot. Sid and I have other friends in Rosaria. Wear this, and they'll know you for one of us.
Seal obtained. You accept the slumbering chocobo from Martha.
And know that you will always be welcome here. You were right, Sid. It really is them. Lord Rosfield and Lady Warwick have come back to us. And long may they stay.
I did wonder if anyone recognized them. Steel silk. I want to say we've read these at least. Alright. I guess we can keep going. Nope.
Sid.
Ah, Clive. You're not where I left you.
Hurt your hand.
I did, aye. With 1,000 little lightning bolts. Can't fling them around the way I used to. Think of it as my decoration for long service and exemplary misconduct. But you didn't come here to compare war wounds.
We didn't.
Thank you, Sid. For everything.
If you want to leave, that's your lookout. I'm sure you'll have a long and happy life together if you stay out of my way.
Sid!
Oh. I knew a girl, back in the day. She was a slave to her fate, just like you.
Benedicta?
I wanted to save her. For a while, I even thought I could. But just because you think something doesn't make it true.
Sid.
I'm no savior. Just a conceited old fool. I talk about people forging their own futures. But instead of handing them the hammer, I beat them with my own. And if no bugger wants to listen to what you've got to say, you might as well keep your gob shut. But Clive, I will say this. You're not a monster. You're the same man you've always been. Accept that, and you may yet escape your fate.
My fate?
Look, lad, if you've had a hard life. And I don't see it getting much easier. You might not be able to save anyone else, but at the very least, you can save yourself.
I'll try.
And Jill, I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk, but I trust you'll take good care of the boy.
Yes, I will.
Is that the last of it?
Aye.
We'd best head back then. Wouldn't want to keep Nan waiting. Ta-ra then.
Alright, first of all, I don't believe for a moment that that's the last we're gonna see of Sid. Obviously. I thought we might actually get an explanation for whatever is ailing him, but apparently we're gonna still have to wait for that. One thing I've noticed about this particular game is that they love taking their time with their cutscenes. They don't rush the characters at all. And they don't rush the conversation either. And they make it fit in naturally, or as naturally as they can. Yes, so far, of course, the strong voice acting, the strong performances, and the well-written dialogue is really carrying this game.
I have to find him before the Imperials do.
Can't talk now, Oh, you're Clive, aren't you? Martha told me all about you. Word is you're a devil with that blade.
You look like you're in a hurry. Where are you going?
Not far, I hope. But I dare not waste a moment. It might cost a man his life.
Sounds serious. What happened?
Not so much what happened as what might. They've discovered he's a bearer, see? And now, one of his erstwhile friends and neighbors wants to see him clapped in chains.
Where is this bearer?
He wasn't fool enough to wait for the Imperials to arrive. Poor sod took to the road, left his whole life behind. But they'll be after him before long. I need to find him and get him to safety, fast. Here, if you've the time and the inclination, I could do with a hand. Will you help me find him?
Of course. We bearers have to look out for each other.
Thank you, Clive. With your help, we might catch up with him yet. His name's Norris. We need to find him and get him to Martha before the Imperials sniff him out.
You found him yet? You won't catch a bastard standing around clucking like old hens. That fucking snake played me false, acted like he was one of us, and the whole time he was one of them. We need him caught and handed over to the Imperials. Hanging's too good for him. Well, go on then. If he gets away, I'll see you fitted for a noose.
All right, Ronald. We were just leaving. Look, this one's here to help. I was just filling him in.
Ha! Send a bearer to catch a bearer, is it? Not bloody likely. That's it. I'll find the bastard myself.
Come on now, Ron. It's dangerous out there. We wouldn't want you to come to any harm.
You want something done right, you don't send a bearer.
Clive, this might take a while. You start hunting our man, and I'll be along once I put Ronald's mind at ease. Someone said they saw Norris heading for the Fallen Gate. Maybe you could ask if anyone over that way knows anything. We have to find him. Don't let him slip through our grasp.
I better find this Norris before Ronald takes matters into his own hands.
Oops, that's not what I wanted.
Bearers are hardly difficult to...
beast against beast. False friends. So it's really not that far away. Fallen Gate. Yeah, it's not that far.
What? What did he mean about being played false, I wonder?
Anyway, sorry I forgot to mention it earlier, but yeah, I see that you're charging your phone, Zomber. That's fine.
You don't know a man called Norris, do you?
I do, as it happens. He ran off that way not too long back. Looked like he was in a right old hurry. And he had a lantern with him for some reason. Never known him to stay out after dark.
He was making for the marshes then. All right. Thank you.
You barely have to step out your front door these days before you're settled on the right feet.
That's one of our branded. Do we take him in?
He's not one of ours. Look, he's with his master.
I know we've had that conversation before.
I better keep my eyes peeled.
Aha.
A lantern. The one Norris was carrying, no doubt. At least I know which way he went.
Yeah, but
Someone
why?
made sure work of them. I wonder if that someone was Norris.
Why would Norris have a lantern and then leave it? I promise we'll get back on track soon.
Norris, I presume.
Leave me be.
You were never branded. So that's how you stayed hidden.
Ronald sent you after me, did he? Set an Imperial dog on his best friend. And when we were so close. I'll never forget the hatred in his eyes. But it doesn't matter now. I will not become a slave. As one bearer to another, please. Don't do this. You know how they treat our kind.
Ronald didn't send me. One of Martha's men did. He wanted to make sure you were safe.
I don't understand.
Martha takes in bearers. She's a friend. You can trust her. Believe me.
I never knew. I can't say I'm surprised, though. She has a kind heart. Kinder than most.
Just wait here and stay out of sight. You'll be among friends soon enough.
Thank you. There's few would have been so kind. And... sorry. You're no Imperial dog. Far from it.
I've been called worse. Oh. I found a lantern back there.
Thanks. I dropped it when those creatures attacked me. But... if I'm honest, I wasn't all that sorry to be rid of it. Ron gave it to me.
All right. I'll keep hold of it. I might be able to use it to put an end to the Imperial surge before it begins. A bearer without a brand. To have lived free for so many years. Only to be betrayed by a friend.
The reason why I'm even bothering doing some of these quests is that because, of course, they're still so easy to complete at this point in the game. So why not? Why not just go ahead and complete them? If I remember correctly, we can get up over here. So that's what I'm gonna do instead of running that whole way back.
Seen you been running errands for Martha. You can do a lot worse than serving her, that's for certain. Most folk round here would agree.
Kind of sounded suspicious, my dude. Another quest.
Here, you're that bearer who works for Martha, aren't you? Can you give me a hand? Curse my luck. I dropped my crystal off a cliff into the bloody swamp like an utter fool. Now, I've not got your knack, see, and I need that shard to chill my fish if I'm to take him to market. It's just a short climb down. I'll make it worth your while.
I can't promise anything.
Well, just promise you'll look. Ah, there may be one thing I failed to mention about the crystal. A creature might have already claimed it.
Claimed it?
All right, eaten it, but only might have, you understand. There were a lot of bog crabs down there. Nasty buggers, them.
Sounds like I need to...
Oh, don't worry, there weren't too many of them. A veritable walk in the marsh, as they say. The ladder's right over there.
I just came up the ladder. You silly. I guess I should have just gone ahead and picked up that quest while I was over here.
There you are, Clive. How goes the search?
Well, branded. Have you found the bastard yet?
Only what was left of him. A corpse, torn apart by monsters. And this.
Let me see that. No. It can't be.
Shall we consider that the end of the matter, then? Or do you need to see a body?
No. I mean, I've no use for bearer bones. He's dead. Let that be an end to it. Only wish those whose job it was had done what they were supposed to do and spotted him sooner. Letting a bearer go about without a brand? It's not right, I tell you. Who'll want anything to do with me now, eh? There goes the bearer lover, they'll say. I'll be a laughing stock.
Is it true, Clive? Is Norris really...
He's alive. You'll find him in a hut in the marshes. He's expecting you.
Oh, you crafty. Still, you did the right thing. Thank you. It's not much considering, but please, take this.
Okay, I'll go and get the chill crystal or whatever it's called, and then we'll call that good, and we will go continue the main quest. I don't want this to be like a Witcher playthrough where it's just like side quest, side quest, side quest, side quest. Let's get to the meat of the story, because that's what I really want. I'll come back.
Never heard of crabs eating crystal. Should be interesting.
There we go.
It's over. This must be it. No point spending any more time down here than I have to.
Yeah, of course. It's in the last one. Well, since I'm down here... I thought about talking to that guy, but I decided not to. So. Go on. Get up there, Clive. Wrong way.
Well, any luck?
Yours, I presume.
Foul crystal.
You found it! Oh, thank you! Any longer out in the sun and my catch would have made for poor eating indeed.
Be more careful next time.
Oh, I will, I promise. No point casting my nets of a morning if I'm without a crystal to see the catch to town. There was a time honest tax-paying folk could get new ones whenever they wanted. Can't now, though, not for love nor money. Crystals are scarce, and the Empire tightens its purse strings more every day. Lose this little beauty again, and I might as well scrap my nets and take to begging.
Hey, we can afford that orchestrion thing that we saw at the merchants. But no, I'm not gonna buy that yet. I'm assuming we'll get more chances to buy such things.
Bridge to Eastpool's men.
I hear the levies are due to go up again.
Okay, yeah, here we go. A lot of mercenaries around here.
Ah, the slumbering chocobo. Welcome to the Brotherhood. You're free to come and go as you please, even to the north, now the bridge is fixed.
Thank you. Interesting. Martha's kind of running like she's a mafia don or something.
Don't you worry about them boards. I use good solid lumber. It's the base on the other side you want to be careful of.
Well, thank you.
Martha said the blight had spread even further south, pushing yet more monsters down with it. I dare say we'll be seeing a few along the way.
Then we shall have to keep our wits about us.
It's over.
Aha. Great club. Okay, I just came from Martha's Rest, so we can kind of just stumble our way east. I know that those are flowers now, or monsters, so we can just ignore that. Oh dear.
There. Hand him over.
There we go. That is a handy move.
That's enough.
You there! Over here!
Yeah, what do you want?
Excuse me, I'll use that blade of yours. Ugh, curse my luck. I'm branded. No time to haggle with whoever holds your leash. Wait. That's the slumbering chocobo you're wearing. You and the Marthas, are you? Good. She won't begrudge me the use of you then. Not while there's wolves about. We tried dealing with them ourselves.
Laid out bait, think we might swoop in and slaughter the lot. But we didn't expect the pack to be quite so bloody big.
I expect the blight drove them here. They must have fled their homes for greener pastures.
We'd hoped empty bellies might make them easy prey. We'd made them mean instead. Martha's no fool, so she must see something in you. Do us a favor and get rid of them, will you?
All right. I suppose those wolves pose a threat to everyone.
Aye, that's what I'm talking about. I'd wager the greedy bastards are still over yonder, finishing off our bait.
I took the quest because I figured it was on the way.
When you see to every last one of them, go and speak to my friend over the bridge. Bryce, his name is. He'll want to know if it's safe to come across. All right, off you go then.
Yep, here they are.
They're hungry, all right. Hungry and mean.
It's over.
Gotta find this Bryce. Let him know the road's safe.
These poor gazelle-type creatures, they're just fodder for everybody. But now I know the monsters that attacked Norris appears to be one of the wolves. Oh. I see that Minotaur creature over there. And an item. But let's just focus on the story. Not made much progress today, and I'd like to do that.
Wonder how long that bait will last.
You, Bryce?
What's it to you, bearer?
Your friend asked me to get rid of the wolves. So I got rid of the wolves.
You'd have me believe a single bearer slew the entire pack. Then again, if you didn't, you wouldn't be on this side of the bridge. Bugger me, you're a tough one, aren't you? Oh, Frederick! You wily bastard. I never thought to pit beast against beast like that. You served us well, bearer. Be sure to pass our thanks to your master.
Listen here, sir. Do you not see the lady in my company? She helped. She absolutely helped. And did you see my own fine hound, Torgal? Kick your butt. By the way, Torgal's fighting style actually reminds me a lot of Amaterasu from the Okami games. I mean, that probably shouldn't be that surprising.
Look, the windmills. That must be Eastpool.
That's probably not that surprising, considering that, you know, Amy and Torgal are both dogs, and you can only... I'm sure there are only so many ways you can make dogs natural fighting, but it's kind of interesting to think about.
Excellent. Another fight.
I do like the design of these gazelle-like creatures. I think they're kind of cool. What are they called? Would I know? I don't get a kind of name tag for them. Like I do creatures that I can kill.
I remember coming here with Lord Murdoch when I was young. Rosaria seemed a very different place back then.
I mean, it is. I wonder if we'll ever see Lord Murdoch. Because Clive told him to run. can only assume he did.
Quiet, isn't it?
Yes.
You're Clive Rossfield. It's me, Hannah, Rodney Murdoch's wife.
Lady Hannah.
Oh, I knew it was you. You haven't changed at all. The Lord Marquis and Jill too. It's so good to see you both again.
It's good to see you too, Lady Hannah.
If you have time, you simply must come back to the house. I haven't much to offer, but what is mine is yours.
We should be delighted.
And you have been wandering the world since. I can well understand fleeing from those iron blood brutes. But oh, to take to the road at such a tender age.
It wasn't easy, but we survived, and
now we're back. It's wonderful to see you safe and well, Lady Hannah. Do you think you will stay here, in Eastpool? Rosalith still enjoys the Mother Crystal's blessing, does it not? You could always move.
This house holds a lot of memories for me. So long as I can live here in peace, here I shall stay. Not that it matters. The capital is closed to civilians, by order of the Duchess. Or should I say, Her Imperial Majesty. Annabella's marriage to the Emperor of Sambrec heralded a great many changes here.
yes, of course.
Oh, forgive me. I didn't mean to...
Please, there is nothing to forgive. Would my mother not make an exception for you and your husband? Surely she would not refuse the Lord Commander.
You haven't heard, then. Rodney passed away on the night of the fire. He never returned from Phoenix Gate.
I don't believe that.
I'm sorry.
Clive.
My poor child. You look pale. All this traveling must have taken its toll. I insist you rest.
Bears are a mix between bastard and lowborn.
Are you sure you don't want to sleep inside?
I can't. Not after what I did.
Lady Hannah said she would prepare a change of clothes for you in the morning. She really has been very kind.
Maybe
13 years of killing. 13 years without the faintest glimmer of hope. It was only Joshua that kept me going. I swore that I would avenge his death. That I would kill his killer. That was the only thing that gave my life any meaning. But if it was me who killed Joshua and Murdoch and all the others, then why the hell am I still breathing?
I ask myself the same. When I fought, hundreds died. There were so many bodies, so many lives cut short in their prime. That day in Dalmacia, I wanted to join them. I wanted it all to end. I couldn't bear it anymore. If living meant being that, better to be just another body.
I'm sorry.
Do you remember that night on the balcony? When we looked up at the moon? I said a prayer to Metia, and that prayer was answered. You came back to me. The heavens must have a plan for us. We should get some rest.
Right.
I was about to say, it's getting a bit charged in here.
Good night, Clive. Sleep well.
Not likely.
Thank you, Lady Hannah. Perhaps now people will not flee at the sight of me.
You look just like Elwyn did when he was your age.
How did you come to have some of my father's old clothes?
Oh, before Elwyn became Archduke, our families would often summer together. He and Rodney were like brothers. These clothes have been in a wardrobe for years, collecting cobwebs along with everything else.
Well, I'm very grateful for them. And sorry for depriving you of your memories.
Not at all. It's what your father would have wanted.
They suit you well. Thank you, Lady Hannah.
Yes, thank you. You've been most kind.
No, I should thank you. It may only have been for a short while. We're back to happier times. Fare you well, my lord and lady.
And you, Lady Hannah.
Your character appearance, you can now change the outward appearance of Clive and his allies. Access the Hideaway's Arret Stone to try out this new feature.
If we follow the road to the north, it should take us all the way to Phoenix Gate. Let's go.
suppose we'll be collecting more outfits along the way then. A merchant. I don't... Well... Okay, I'm gonna at least look at what he has, but I don't...
Anything take your fancy?
40,000. The Breath of Wind Gambit, excuse me. Residual wind ether that, having failed to dissipate on the battlefield, has instead manifested into solid form, not unlike crystal. Oh. I think we got this. Okay. So this is...
Come back soon now.
I saw the Metian cross pop up there as we left. So I feel like... Yeah. Yeah, so we got that now. The Favor of Fire. Oh, that's Torgal. There we go. So I could buy that bit of gear for the Rook's Gambit. That feature came after people complained about the lack of outfits. I mean, people are kind of spoiled these days. Final Fantasy is not known for, you know, people being, for the main characters actually changing their outfits. I mean, obviously, in Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy XII, they wore the same gear basically the whole game. Okay, I'm not gonna buy that simply because it's 11,000 and we have... where's my gil? $11,000 gil. Like, that would be almost all of our gills, so not happening.
You? Those are Elwyn's. By the flames. You're his firstborn. Clive Rosfield.
You're mistaken.
Oh, you can't fool me, my lord. You're the very image of your father. And that would be true even if you weren't wearing his clothes. The self-same garments Hannah was keeping for you, if I'm not mistaken. She always swore that she would never part with them until the day Elwyn's sons returned. And now that day has come. Why, you'll be able to take your bearers back as well.
My bearers? Forgive me, I was a child when last I came to Eastpool. I didn't recognize you.
Oh, I'd be surprised if you recognized anything at all. Much has changed since Rosaria fell to the Empire. Not least for the bearers, who once served her noble families. When the Ironbloods sacked Rosalith 13 years back, many who lost their masters fled here in search of sanctuary.
And never returned.
Aye. The plan was to send them home once we'd won back the capital. But then the Imperials arrived. Rosaria became a province of Sanbreque. The duchy was dissolved, and they no longer had any home to return to. Back in your father's day, any bearer who lost their master became a ward of the duchy. We'd hand them over to the sheriffs, and they'd be assigned a new position. But when we saw how the Empire treated their branded, we knew that wasn't an option. So they've been here ever since.
And now you want to give them to me?
They're yours by right, Lord Rosfield. Bequeathed you by your late father. And they'd be better off serving you than hiding here. Indeed, many of them used to serve your house, and still consider the Rosfields their masters.
I'm no one's master. Not anymore. They wouldn't be safe with me.
I understand. You'll forgive an old man his fanciful notions. Been daydreaming for too long. But still, I would ask a favor of you. A small mercy.
If it is within my power.
One of the bearers is an elderly fellow who still swears absolute loyalty to Archduke Elwyn. I don't ask that you take him into your service, only that you meet with him. Let him see that Elwyn's son still lives, and that he's as fine a man as his father ever was.
It would be my honor.
Thank you, my lord. He sits by the well most days, watching the people go about their business. If you could show him your face, I would be most grateful.
Might as well.
As fine a man as my father.
You're not so very different, you know. Especially dressed like that. Come on, let's go and meet that bearer.
Oh yeah, yeah, he does have the Jon Snow, like, oh, you're Stark through and through. Haha. But I'm actually rather curious. These people know him on sight, and they speak his name, and I can't help but think the Queen will be not be thrilled to hear he's still alive, and that he's no longer enslaved in the Sambrek army. So I think those rumors are gonna get back to her.
Where are you off to, then? Or hasn't your master told you? Either way, I expect our humble village ain't your final destination. Not to say it didn't have its charms. Take that tower. Relic of the Fallen it is. Must have stood there 1,000 years. And in all that time, no one's ever been inside. Mysterious, eh?
Man, that's almost like some kind of quest hook.
I'm not sure this orifice was used.
He's not here.
Well, I can't leave without meeting him. I've let the mayor down once already. It would be cruel to disappoint him again.
All right, let's ask around. Someone must have seen him.
Well now, unfamiliar faces. What brings you to Eastpool, travelers?
We're looking for an elderly bearer. You wouldn't happen to have seen him, would you?
Ah, you mean the old boy who always waits by the well?
Yes, that's him.
What business do you have with him, if you don't mind me asking? You're not from the capital too, are you?
We are, in a way.
Well then, it's a pleasure to meet a fellow Rosalifian. I was born and raised down Market Street. And never would have left if Archduke Elwyn had survived the fire. It wasn't the same when the Duchess took over, though. All the beatings, the evictions, the levies going up and up and up, even as the blight took half the harvest. Oh, listen to me. Telling you what you already know. I'm sorry. And I'm afraid I can't help you with your bearer either. Though I doubt he'll have gone far. He comes here every day. Almost as if he's waiting for something.
We'll keep asking around then. Thank you.
I suppose to some extent we are doing a little bit like the Titus thing in Final Fantasy X, because even though Titus was brand new to the world of Spira and had to have everything explained to him, it's been 13 years since Clive was here, and he's kind of back to being brand new to the area, so he gets the lowdown on everything bad that has happened. Aha, there we go.
Good day, milady. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a bearer, an elderly fellow who used to serve the Rosfields. Have you seen him?
Ah, that old loon. No sign of him today. Funny, he's usually down by the well at this hour, cooking up his fantasy feasts.
I'm sorry?
Oh, he worked in the kitchens at Rosalith Castle back in the day. Still thinks he's there now. You'd often hear the poor fool chatting away to the Archduke. Living in a dream he is. But better there than here, I suppose. Can't imagine the Viceroy stopping to trade tales with a bearer. Can you?
No.
Anyway, you'll be round here somewhere. Doubt he has the path to stray too far.
Thank you. We'll keep looking.
Hey, hold on a mo. Young Patrick, the chocobo keeper, might know where he is. He's taken the old bird under his wing, so to speak. He'll be in the stables. You should go and have a word with him.
Patrick the chocobo keeper. Thank you. We will.
I'm sorry, Jill. For making you do all this in my stead.
It can't be helped if we're to keep up the pretense. Come on, let's head for the stables.
That's going the wrong way. Here we go. I mean, it sounds like this guy is in danger, is what it sounds like to me.
Where the bloody hell's he got to?
Excuse me, but is something the matter?
It's this bearer I've been minding. I take my eyes off him for 1 minute and he disappears. He's not in his usual spot by the well, nor anywhere else in the village.
You must be Patrick.
I am, but...
And this bearer you're looking for, he's an elderly man who used to work in the Rosalith Castle kitchens, yes?
That's the fella. How do you know all this? I've never seen you in Eastpool before, but you seem to know the place better than I do myself. Ah, so that's how it is. Well then, if you're acting under orders of the mayor, you're on about to help me find him. He's been losing what little sense he had left of late, saying the sheriffs are coming to collect him and that he needs to go back to the castle. I was supposed to watch over him, keep him out of trouble. But if he's walked out on us, there's not a lot I can do.
Understood. Keep searching here. We'll look for him outside.
Thank you. I'm in your debt.
I hope he hasn't wandered into trouble.
Let's just concentrate on finding him. Still no sign. Could he have strayed even further?
appreciate that Clive automatically jumps over low fences. I've noticed that this game loves, in particular, to cut any chances of seeing or of getting the same information twice. Like, it always fades to black when it's going over details that maybe.
Look, there's someone over there.
It might be him.
It's certain
We
that
should
you
hurry.
would know.
Company.
We can't lead them to the old man. They need to die.
Agreed.
More enemies. Maybe. Even so, I mean, I can kind of appreciate that it does that.
Are you all right, my friend? Come on. Let's go home.
Your Grace, you came for me. I waited for you so long, but you finally came.
I'm not who you think.
Clive.
Yes. Pray forgive my long delay.
It's nothing, Your Grace. I prayed to the Founder that you would come, and at long last, he answered. Will we be returning to the castle, then? There is still a place for me in the kitchens?
No, my friend. We will not be returning to the castle, not yet. I'm on a very important expedition. One which may take some time. Could you wait for me in Eastpool until my journey is complete? I will come back for you then. I promise.
Of course, Your Grace. For you, I would gladly wait until my dying day.
Thank you, both of you. You've been most kind. The memory of serving the late Archduke was as one light in the darkness, and now that light burns a little more brightly. It's nothing but a fantasy, of course, but it's better than the truth of the matter. A damn sight better. The blight is on our doorstep. Our harvests are failing. The people are leaving in droves. If it weren't for Lady Hannah selling half her worldly goods to provide for the few of us who stayed behind, we would long since have starved. We want to keep the bearers safe here, we really do. But unless a miracle happens, we won't be able to spare a crust of bread to share between them soon enough.
Is it really that bad?
So bad, I even petitioned the Imperial garrison to take them. But when they found out where they'd come from, they damn near spat in our faces. Ducal dogs, they called the Empire.
I know a man named Sid, who would gladly give a home to any bearer in need of one. Leave this with me. As soon as I return from Phoenix Gate, I'll speak with him.
Thank you, my lord. Will you be passing through Eastpool on your way back? I should very much like to speak with you again, if you have the time, regarding the future of the village, and what might be done for Lady Hannah.
After all she's done for us.
Yes, of course. I'll be back anon.
Fare you well, my lord, my lady. I wish you a safe journey.
Okay, we are going to keep just moving forward. I'll play a little bit longer because, whoops. I'll play a little bit longer because I kind of got held up by OBS crashing.
The Deadlands are aptly named.
I didn't realize they were this close.
No wonder their crops are failing. The blight is leaching the ether from the soil. And when the last drop is drained, their fields will turn to this. No plants, no animals, no life.
And no monsters. I suppose that's one small mercy.
Now, the blight has been quite the plot point. So I'm curious if maybe we'll see the
We
blight.
won't be able to use any magic here.
Another thing to worry about. As if the absence of ether didn't cause enough problems.
Take away the lad's life force, and problems are all that's left.
Okay, it really does sound like maybe we'll be curing the blight as part of one of the things that happens in the gate, because it keeps on mentioning that it's encroaching. And of course, there are various and numerous
I can
properties.
hardly imagine what this place used to look like before the blight took it.
I remember. It was beautiful.
There are a number of properties that mention a blight. High potion used. Hey. Potion used. It was a Wheel of Time had a blight caused by the Dark One, and Interstellar, which I just started watching the other day because it's free on Google. There's a blight, or what they term as a blight, that's killing the crops. And there's Phoenix Gate.
There it is. Phoenix Gate. Where it all went wrong.
Come on, Clive. It's time to discover the truth.
And now it wants us to teleport. Phoenix Gate. A place we haven't been in a long time. Untouched in the many winters since the stronghold's fall. The scars of that fateful night linger still upon her walls. Ugh. I was gonna say, I think I'll leave it for here, but I don't think I can save from this, I can't save from this, so we'll have to go, at least. But I imagine this will be particularly heavy in story. Oh, well. We're right in the midst of it anyway.
It's almost as if time had stood still.
I suppose no one had any cause to return here. No. It's just as I left it. Let's have a look around.
Buried memories. Okay, it's giving me a chance to save. And I will. I would love to keep going, but it is getting pretty late. And given this game's tendency to kind of have long and drawn out scenes, I suspect that this will take a lot longer than a mere 20 minutes or so. So I'd like to save whatever revelations are here for the next time. Which, if I'm not mistaken, I might actually be able to play this weekend. Because I don't think I have anything planned. Yeah, nothing. So I can play on Saturday for a couple of hours, and that way we won't have to wait a whole darn week to dig in. Thanks, Zomber. I appreciate you at least giving me the heads up on that. So, anyway, thank you for joining me, Zomber, and thank you anyone else for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in supporting me, please like and subscribe and help this channel grow. You can expect something big next time, which will be on Saturday. Unsure yet what time we're talking, but I will do my best to get that video up so that you can have an idea of when to expect me, or like the broadcast scheduled. There we go. Anyway, thank you all. You have a good night. Let's go ahead and do a different save file. This is Lynn, signing out.